Welcome back, everyone, to our first edition of Seahawk Central News for the 2012-2013 school year. I'm Trevor Bray.
And I'm Anna Phillips. Remember to stay tuned to tealtv.org to catch up on the latest news as well as how to get involved with us throughout the new year.
This week, we will bring you a look at some of the festivities in store for students this year, as well as a recap of some of the traditions that occurred during Welcome Week.
Not only that, but we will also head over to the sports desk with Trey Owings and the rest of the Seahawk sports team and catch up with the latest movie reviews with Chris Vickery.
Stay tuned because Seahawk Central News starts right now. The University of North Carolina Wilmington and Barnes & Noble College have allied in a new 5-year contract to augment the university's bookstore. Such improvements will include an increased emphasis on lowering and monitoring textbook prices, including more electronic textbook options. Innovative services such as Technology Store add minutes to Barnes & Noble's online e-book publishing tool, Pubit, and on-demand production of small orders of promotional items. There will also be an added emphasis on athletic apparel, gifts, and non-book department items. In addition, UNCW alumni will receive a 10% discount at the store. As technology has grown, so has the way students read, study, and interact on an academic level. Sharon Boyd, Associate Vice Chancellor for Business Affairs, said that Barnes & Noble understands the need for change. Quote, "That need for change means providing excellent online services through not only the web, but social media too, as well as offering a design that is inviting in order to become not just a store, but a gathering spot for students to read, learn, and study." End quote. Other Barnes & Noble College's stores across the country have shown success in the reconstruction. The 5-year contract with the company is renewable for another 5 years at the discretion of the university's administration.
A bomb threat gave many Wilmington citizens quite a scare last weekend. According to investigators, the Carmike Cinema's corporate office received a threatening call Friday morning claiming there was a bomb in one or more Carmike locations. Law enforcement agencies across the country responded immediately to their local theaters. The Wilmington Police Department set up a command center at the Sonic restaurant on Market Street. Officers searched the building with employees looking for anything out of the norm. During the investigation, several nearby business owners were told to stay inside until all was clear. Officials gave the clear all-around signal at 11:45 a.m. after determining the area was safe. There is still no word on the reasoning behind the bomb threats in multiple Carmike locations around the country, ranging from Georgia all the way to Oklahoma.
As the new school year begins, so does a whole new life for thousands of freshmen. On Saturday, August 18th, current UNCW upperclassmen and many fraternity and sorority members volunteered their time to make move-in day an easy transition for these new students. Ann Christian has more at the dormitories.
Move-in Day 2012. Here at Graham Hewlett Hall, both Greek Life and Student Life are helping the freshmen move into their brand new dorms.
This is my second year helping out with freshman move-in, and I'm representing the Greek community, and it's so much fun. We just love doing it because we love meeting all the new freshmen, and I just remember feeling so excited and just being so thankful that all these people were here to help, and it's just really great to take time and volunteer and just meet new people. It's just a lot of fun, so we're really enjoying it.
Freshmen are both excited and nervous as they leave their friends and family for their new home here at UNCW. I'm Ann Christian Johns, Seahawk Central News, Teal TV. Back to you.
Over 1,900 volunteers carried the belongings of more than 2,000 incoming freshmen to their assigned dorm rooms. During move-in, GE Hitachi employees provided water in sustainable cups in hopes of reducing the need for bottled water and the resulting waste.
Spirits are high as students make their return to Wilmington, and the alternative band, All Time Low, will only further those good vibes as they are set to perform at this year's fall concert presented by the Association for Campus Entertainment. The pop-punk band first debuted in 2005 with their first studio album, The Party Scene, and have been performing on the band's Warped Tour, appearing on MTV, and playing on popular late-night shows ever since. They were even named Band of the Year by Grammy Awards magazine in December of 2008. Their most noted singles include Dear Maria, Count Me In, Weightless, Remembering Sunday, and Poppin' Champagne. Tickets are currently on sale for students and will become available to the general public come August 20th. The band is scheduled to perform September 12th at 7 p.m. at the Keenan Auditorium.
Now we turn our attention to Ocean Cure, a local nonprofit organization devoted to providing free surf lessons to medically fragile and at-risk youth and adults. Logan Spaller is at Carolina Beach with more to offer regarding the organization. Logan?
I am here in Carolina Beach, where a nonprofit organization called Ocean Cure is hosting an event to help those that are medically fragile or at risk by providing them with free surfing lessons.
This program is called Ocean Cure. It is a local nonprofit that's dedicated to using the ocean and surfing to help people with disabilities get out in the waves, get on the ocean, have a good time. The point of it is to give a little bit of stress relief, also to build some self-confidence, and to let everybody have a little ownership of a very unique sport of surfing that they can call their own and really feel good about getting out there and having a great time.
Ocean Cure does camps this is the visually impaired camp, but they do camps for at-risk kids, after-school programs. They also, like I said, join up with the Life Rolls On program out of California when they come here to do surfing for the disabled. So this organization does amazing things, and we're lucky to have something like this locally. The volunteers here really care about what they do. Not only do they love surfing, but they love the people.
After the summer season dies down, we have a camp that we do every Friday at Wrightsville Beach that's called Team Jellyfish, where we bring about between 10 and 20 different children and a couple of adults with varying disabilities out surfing. And we do that every single Friday throughout the winter until it gets where it's so cold, people are just kind of getting a little miserable and we don't want anyone to not have a fun time, so then we take a break for a couple months.
Ocean Cure is an extremely unique and effective organization that helps disabled kids in more ways than just learning how to surf. It has some incredible people at work who believe strongly in the power of ocean healing, which is the powerful emotional and physical healing properties of the ocean and surfing. These kids that come out surely aren't disappointed with the amount of work and effort put in by the supporters and instructors of this great cause. Until next time, I'm Logan Spaller, reporting for Seahawk Central News, TLTV.
Thanks, Logan. Just when you thought the time delay broadcasts from London were over this summer, the play, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, performing currently in London's National Theatre, will be presented via satellite in Lumina Theatre, thanks to the UNCW organization Osher Lifelong Learning Institute. The production is derived from Mark Haddon's international best-selling novel, which has sold more than 2 million copies around the globe. A teenager finds an acquaintance's dog impaled with a garden fork. Despite his father's disapproval, the young man takes on the task of solving the canine murder mystery. The director, Marion Elliott, is noted from her previous work with the Tony Award-winning show War Horse for the National. Ever since 2009, the National Theatre Live program has presented British productions worldwide to over 700,000 viewers. You can be a part of this experience by purchasing tickets to see the play, which will show on September 7th at 7 p.m.
Study shows Facebook may not be so narcissistic after all. Bruce McKinney, associate professor at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, conducted a new study suggesting Facebook users aren't as narcissistic as once believed to be. Although previous studies such as Laura Buffardi and W. Keith Campbell's 2008 paper in Personality and Social Psychology showed a positive correlation between the two, McKinney's new study found that the usage of Facebook and Twitter did not have any narcissistic traits related to doing so. Researchers surveyed 233 college students to see how much time was being spent on social media sites. They found that students were using their time to share their lives with their friends instead of showing off their ego. McKinney instead referred to Facebook as ubiquitous, so perhaps the word narcissistic needs to be redefined.
Beach Blast is one of the greatest and most unique traditions here at the Dub. Few colleges and universities can unite their student body on a beach for a day of free food, surfing, swimming, beach volleyball, or simply sunbathing. In addition, students normally spend extra hours on Wrightsville's white sand even after the event comes to a close to sweep the beach. However, this year, rain and looming threat of lightning storms canceled the annual event. Instead, other organizations like Lumina Theater and Campus Recreation announced multiple festivities to take its place, like Funk Fusion or a screening of the film How to Train Your Dragon.
In this week's Critics on Campus, Chris Vickery discusses 2 movies that hit the box office last weekend. Chris, take it away.
Thanks, Anna, and welcome to Critics on Campus. I'm here with my co-host for the day, Caleb Ward. Today we're going to be doing 2 movies, as always. The first of which was Brave, which is Pixar's latest film, their 11th film, actually. And does it live up to the Pixar hype?
Well, I think since Pixar and Disney combined, their tone has changed just a little bit. They've gone for more of the overt moral tone now. I mean, it's definitely a good movie, but it's not as underplayed as movies like Toy Story or Cars or things like that.
Just the setting of the movie, the change in setting makes it more of a fable and less of like a kind of
a day-to-day kind of story.
Yeah, and less of kind of the Pixar trope of finding like these really off-the-path characters. And I think that people going to this movie expecting that kind of Pixar movie might be disappointed.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't be, because it's a really gorgeous movie and a really well-crafted movie overall.
Absolutely.
In its own right.
Oh, absolutely. It's visually stimulating. It's great to watch. It's fun. It's got its laughs. And the characters have their deep moments, you know, but it's not too deep to where kids can enjoy it as well.
Yeah, and it's also interesting, this is their first time tackling like a female protagonist, and it's also a mother-daughter story. So new ground for Pixar in that realm.
So many different levels.
And
I believe it's their first female director as well.
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, that's a massive success for them.
Yeah.
I think that those elements of the movie in particular were really spectacular.
It's very important. It was very important to the story structure.
Yeah, but out of 5 stars, what would you give this one?
I give this one a solid 4.
I would as well. It's not up there with the best films of the summer, but it's definitely Pixar.
And it's fun, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't all have to be as serious.
Yeah, but the other movie that we did was quite a lot more serious by comparison.
Definitely.
The final film in the Batman trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises. And this was highly anticipated. And it's Batman going up against quite possibly his most ferocious villain yet. What did you think of this one?
I absolutely love The Dark Knight Rises. I saw it 4 times, and I would probably go see it again. It's, in my opinion, it's a near perfect movie. It's great because having such a big movie, it feels so intimate in certain levels. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and in The Dark Knight, they really just changed everything that a superhero movie could be. And I think some people might have been disappointed that this didn't just totally reinvent the wheel again.
Well, I mean, when it comes down to like villains, I mean, you've got the Joker in The Dark Knight, and now with Bane, I mean, they're completely different villains. And I feel like with Dark Knight Rises, they didn't try to reinvent the wheel because they did that with Dark Knight. They just gave it more tread.
Yeah. And, you know, Bane has a lot more backstory in this movie than the Joker did.
Yeah.
And that makes him very powerful in a very different way. And the revelations at the end of this movie really sell it as a final film in a trilogy.
Yeah, it definitely sums it up.
I think overall it's an incredibly satisfying film. It's definitely, it lives up to Chris Nolan's standards of just movie spectacle.
Yes.
And the performances are fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
The
Gut
action.
wrenching at some point.
Yeah, and the action is bar none, certainly.
It's pretty much nonstop throughout the film, and I think that's what definitely keeps viewers interested.
Yeah, but out of 5 stars, what would you give this one?
Easily 5 out of 5.
I would have to give this a 5 out of 5 as well. It definitely lives up to The Dark Knight, its predecessors.
It's a great way to wrap it up.
Definitely. Well, that's all for this week. I hope you'll stay tuned next time. Once again, I'm Chris Vickery alongside Caleb Ward. See you next time.
Moving on to institutional news, the University of North Carolina Wilmington received more than $11.8 million in charitable gifts and pledges last year. This great contribution from alumni, students, faculty, staff, and other donors supported the university's academic, athletic, research, and community outreach priorities. Statistics show supporters gave more in 2011-2012 than during the previous year. There was a 117% increase in student contribution and a 41% increase in parent contribution. Faculty and staff donations totaled up to more than $200,000. Not only that, but alumni contributions increased by a little over 5% as well.
Well, Seahawks, that is all we have for this episode.
Be sure to stop by tltv.org to catch each episode of Seahawk Central News. Until next time, I'm Anna Phillips.
And I'm Trevor Bray, saying so long, Seahawks.